Greetings to my many friends, colleagues, and fellow board members from the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, and greetings to Your Excellencies. I hope that you've had a productive and inspiring few days at the first Data for Development Festival. It's 5 years since we started talking about the critical importance of data to drive progress on the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We have certainly come a long way from then. After 2 years, as you're also woefully aware, we are still far away from where we need to be and where we must go. Our collective vision and ambition to leave no one behind necessitates a data revolution that must permeate at all levels of government and societies. Through the Global Partnership, you are at the forefront of the innovation and new ideas that will bring the promise of the data revolution to bear on the most critical problems of our time and on our efforts to achieve the SDGs. I congratulate your progress so far. I'm particularly excited to see the launch this week of the Africa Regional Data Cube, which aims to increase agricultural productivity and provide jobs for young people. Collaborative initiatives such as this exemplify the importance of us reaching out beyond our traditional silos of knowledge and the development pathways that we need to traverse. The 2030 Agenda requires new and innovative forms of data partnerships and ecosystems to be established between the governments, regional organizations, the private sector, academia, think tanks, local communities, and the United Nations. We're just beginning to understand the power of this partnership, and so I hope we will see more ambition, more urgency, more results as we move from this festival. In particular, I want us to keep our promises to the world's poorest people, the marginalized, weak, and vulnerable communities who are often sidelined. Leaving no one behind is the core pledge of our 2030 Agenda. It cannot remain a fanciful catchphrase. It has to be the collective conscience of humanity and a vision of an inclusive, sustainable, and resilient future for all of us. Yet for too many women, youth, and children, the promise of the data revolution is still unfulfilled. Data cannot on its own bring healthcare or education or jobs to communities that are crying out for progress. But without data, we cannot provide any of these things, nor can we ensure that the poorest people on our planet have the voice and visibility they need to change their own lives. That's why I urge all of you to focus on what the partnership can do to show the reality of the needs that truly exist. Key data for Indigenous communities and data on key groups such as people with disabilities are still too often patchy or out of date. People who live beyond the reach of roads or mobile telephones or in regions that suffer from conflict or insecurity are still undercounted and often simply invisible, and with their rights completely ignored. There is a double injustice. First, the poorest people are often excluded from the reach of public services and political attention because of their geography or demography. Second, this marginalization is compounded by their exclusion from the data that should be drawing attention to their plight and giving governments the information that is needed to deliver resources, programs, and policies to improve their lives. Third, only with data can we hold governments and member states truly accountable. You in this room can truly change this. New data from satellites and mobile phone signals and all the many sources at our disposal, combined with the rigorous work of statisticians who are at the heart of our data systems, can put everyone in the world's data. We know it can be done, and we have to decide to get it done. And we can only get it done through partnerships of the kind that the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data is uniquely able to deliver and champion. Partnerships such as this have to be a norm across the globe. The United Nations and I look forward to working with you to build the data systems that count everyone so that everyone really counts as we strive to meet the Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you.